Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Grey White Sharpedo Pokemon channel. Today we have our number 8th speed run, this time with a Squirtle. Thank you to Tom for the suggestion. We are going to get underway in a second, but first of all I just want to say thank you to everybody for the support on this series so far. It's been really good. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed these so far, and they're going to keep on coming. So thank you very much everyone for the support, I really do appreciate it. Okay, into the run. We don't have to change anything. We just have a normal game of Fire Red, and we nicknamed the Squirtle Tom, and off we go. We don't have to do anything in particular. Calm nature, which I think actually helps our special defense, which is actually pretty handy in the end. And surprisingly enough, we don't win the first battle. Our attack stat's garbage compared to normally what we start with the majority of our starters so far that we've used. So we lose the first one. We get through Viridian Forest pretty quickly and work our way through to Brock's gym. We're actually on a pretty decent pace, 31 minutes, even after losing the first battle. And obviously we completely one-shot Brock. It's the easiest one we've had so far. Even when we had Sharpedo, at least we didn't really have any water-type moves, so we're able to beat Brock pretty quickly and make our way through Mount Moon and through to Cerulean City, where we fight the rival again, except this time we actually win because we've got Bite, which we're actually going to have for the rest of the game, because having a dark type attacking move is actually quite handy for the psychic types and the poison and the ghost types. One thing that does work against us in this run is after level 16, I have to, every single level we get, I have to stop him from evolving. So that's probably going to take some points off. That's going to add a bit of time to our overall time. But as you'll see by the end of this video, we'll have a better idea of how that's going to look. So we beat Misty with Bite. We're about level 28. And our time's pretty good. Hour 39 minutes. We're tracking pretty well. So we go straight to the SSN. We take on the rival there, and then we get cut. Again, it's pretty easy here because we're so much higher levels than they are. I was a bit concerned here as well about moving on towards Surge. I was seriously considering going through Rock Tunnel first and then coming back, but I thought I'd give it a couple of cracks just to start off, just to see if I could eke out a victory. So we beat the rival quite convincingly, and we get cut, and then we head over to Surge. And we have our crack. We're paralyzed at half health, so we actually lose the first battle, but we actually did a bit better than what I was expecting. So we go straight back there and take him on again. The time's still pretty decent, which is quite impressive for a little Squirtle. So at this stage of the game, I'm sort of pretty confident with how we are going to go. Things look pretty good, and we've got a pretty decent move pool. Having Water Pulse from Misty is actually quite handy. We hang on against Raichu, and having Torrent as well, so when we've got low HP, our water type attacks actually get a bit of a boost, so that's why that Water Pulse wasn't a crit but still beat the Raichu. We take on Giovanni for the first time, and we actually lose. Kangaskhan with a big Mega Punch is quite tough. It's at this stage of the game where I start to realize that it's going to be pretty tough, because we're fighting Pokemon like Kangaskhan that they're not fully evolved, but they're, you know, quite high statistic Pokemon, and it's going to be a bit of a struggle basically from here on out for the rest of the game. So around the 4th gym mark, you can kind of get away with having a first form starter, but here it's definitely proving to be a lot more challenging. And the thing that really shows me that this was going to be quite a challenging run is that we almost lose to a level 25 Ivysaur with Razor Leaf. And this battle is normally quite easy, and this time, even when we're 20 levels higher than his whole team, it's quite a struggle. But we are able to beat his team. We're able to get past Gyarados, even though we don't have any decent moves to take care of him yet. And we're able to get past his Growlithe with a Water Pulse, and then we go through the rest of Lavender Tower. We get the Poke Flute, and then before we use that, we take on Erica. I think I went and got Ice Beam as well. because I was thinking there's no way any of my moves are going to do enough damage. So I made sure to level up. I made sure to grab Ice Beam. I sold so much stuff so that I could just have enough money to afford it. 5 hours, we are down at Koga, and we're tracking pretty well. 5 hours is probably, you know, not too bad a mark to be at Koga. Especially with the first form starter, I thought we were actually tracking quite well. And the battle seems to go a lot better than the luck that I've had previously. We basically surf our way through all of him, and he doesn't do any damage to us. It was quite strange. Koga's been probably the hardest gym leader for me to face on the last, you know, 5 or 6 occasions. It was really quite challenging before that, so it was nice for a bit of a change to have some luck against him. And now this is really the point in the speed run where I've realised that having a first form starter is going to be a real struggle. Coming up against Venusaur, who's got quite good defense, he puts us to sleep and then just razor leafs us, and we're left with no health at all. And this is really a sign of things to come for the rest of the run that don't spell out good things for us. So we level up again, we come back, and we work against the odds again with Venusaur, but things work out our way because we get a nice fat critical hit. We actually do have a fair bit of critical hit luck in this run, as you'll see later on as well, but a few occasions where we're left with a couple of HP and we're actually able to hold on and eke out a victory, which was very, very nice. So we take care of the rival in the rocket hideout, and then we work our way through to Giovanni, which is also challenging because we haven't got a lot of HP left, but we surf our way through everybody as best we can. Kangaskhan was the only one I was worried about, and again, he kind of brick walls us with a Mega Punch, but this is the last time we actually have to worry about Kangaskhan because obviously he doesn't go through to the gym because he's not a ground type Pokemon. So we come back with full health and get rid of his whole team quite convincingly this time. It's handy having a water type Pokemon to go through this run because a lot of the Pokemon are sort of ground types or rock types or stuff like that. So we take care of Giovanni and then we work our way down to Cinnabar Island after we take on Sabrina. So we take her on, and not really anything to report here. She wasn't too challenging at all. She did. It's the one concerning thing that I have noticed too is our speed's quite low. So you're noticing a level 37 Kadabra's faster than our level 58 Squirtle. And again, normally we can one-shot everybody at this point in the game, but we can't, and that spells trouble for the Elite Four, which really worries me. So you can see again, we survive on 2 HP, and then we beat Alakazam. We work our way down to Cinnabar Island after that. We take on Blaine, and I was quite confident that we'd be able to do the job, but it was a little bit testy at times because we didn't have all our PP. I went through and fought all the trainers in that gym because I wanted to get as much XP as I could, because at this point in the run I'm starting to realise, like, oh geez, it might be a bit of a struggle. So Arcanine takes himself down with Takedown, and then 6 hours and 30 minutes we take on Giovanni and pretty much one-shot his whole team. And that is the last easy battle we have for the rest of the game and the rest of the run. The rival fight was a struggle after this. We couldn't really do any decent damage. Venusaur, we got some luck with Pidgeot getting frozen, but Venusaur, even just razor leafing is brutal. So we come back again, we try again after leveling up. Same scenario, razor leaf just kills us. We come back again after leveling up some more. I've probably wasted about an hour leveling up now. I wanted to save my rare candies for the Elite Four when I need them, so we managed to finally take down Venusaur again, hanging on with 1 HP from a critical hitting Razor Leaf. I think at this stage I was actually like screaming out loud in my room, like, yes! Oh my god! Like, I couldn't believe that he actually held on. So after 8 hours we get to the Elite Four, and this is where the chaos ensues and the run really takes a downhill slide. We level up Squirtle as much as we can to about level 79, but you guys will notice I don't have brick break on Tom, and that was something that I was going to teach him before I started doing some runs. And you can see here with Jynx, this is where I lose a lot of time in the run. So this is just one small example at level 79 of how long it took me to beat Jynx as opposed to everybody else. And then obviously Lapras finishes us off because Jynx is such good work on us. But that was honestly the most frustrating and ridiculously annoying part about this run. It was coming up against Jynx every single time. I'll show you some footage in a second of us at a higher level against Jynx, still having these dramas of not being able to put her away. Sometimes we got lucky with a critical hit, sometimes we got lucky with flinching from bite, but Jynx honestly probably wasted about 2 hours of our time training and just getting caught in Lovely Kiss and being frozen. And it was chaos. It was absolutely horrible. Obviously Bruno's really no drama, so we go straight on to Agatha. And I forget the Gengar doesn't really have that great a defense, so I can use Surf and Bite at the same time against them. Golbat's really no dramas at all. Ice Beam's quite effective against them. And then we have to worry about Arbok. Arbok's probably the one that we really needed to worry about in this team because she's got Sludge Bomb. And Sludge Bomb does quite a bit of damage against us. And has the ability obviously to poison us as well, which was not good at all. So that's what we lose to. We lose to being poisoned. So we get back to Agatha at level 82 after dealing with the frustrating Jynx for a while. And you'll see we just eke out a victory here. But in the meantime, we waste a lot of our full restores. And we don't actually have any left. So I go to Lance and I die immediately from a Hyper Beam. So this is some footage here. I'm level 88. Almost the highest Pokemon I've used in one of these runs yet, and you can still see I am struggling to just get an attack on Jynx. So not only do I wake up, but I'm also attracted to Jynx, so I can't actually attack her. I'm level 90 and it's still going on. Look, I'm asleep, I'm in love, and I can't do anything. It's frustrating. It honestly probably wasted about 3-4 hours of training time. I probably spent the majority of it trying to beat Jynx. Regardless, we get through to Lance at level 92, and at this stage I'm really just trying to manage my PP because I don't have that many Ice Beams to waste. Probably, in hindsight, could have used Bite a few more times to give myself a couple of extra Ice Beams, but nevertheless, that's not the case. So we take on Aerodactyl with a big Surf, wipe it out in one hit, and then Lance is done. So we heal up and we go in there against the rival at level 92. And we get a fair bit of luck. We have one hit KO Venusaur with Ice Beam, which it's all sped up here, but in real time I was screaming my head off with how much luck we had. I go for a special attack boost against Alakazam as well. And then we one-hit KO Gyarados, which seals the run for us because we still have plenty of Surfs left. So we ended up winning, and I was over the moon at this stage. I was done with this run. This run was extremely frustrating. I almost thought about letting Squirtle evolve at the end of the last battle there, but our final time at level 93, which was 3 levels higher than our previous run, which was Dunsparce, as you can see on the leaderboard there. So we enter the Hall of Fame after a total of 11 hours and 52 minutes. Horrendous run. It was horrendous, and that was all Jynx. So I was tracking quite well at about 7 hours. I got to the Elite Four at 8 hours. So it's almost 4 hours of grinding against the Elite Four. It was horrendous. But thank you guys so much for the suggestion. I really do appreciate it. And we'll see you next week for the Aaron first form run, not allowed to evolve. Peace. What's going on, guys? Hopefully you enjoyed that Squirtle run. It was quite frustrating. The grinding against that Jynx really did my head in. I was ready to walk away a couple of times from this run. I was tracking so well, and then chaos with that Jynx, and I wasted so much time in my own life, let alone in the grind. So it was brutal. I hated it. So thanks for that, Tom. Thanks for the suggestion. That was awesome. Appreciate it. The next one, sitting right here, as you can see, is an Aaron run, which I don't think is going to be much easier than the Squirtle run. So I'm going to make sure that we have the the rock head ability, so that at least we have a useful ability with Aaron, and we'll see if we can eke out some victories with Aaron. So stick around for that next week, guys. Until then, bye for now. Peace.